Number 7 right behind him, 73.7 yards. And the guys behind number 7, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, still all cleared that 70-yard threshold. Let's see those guesses in there for this
And while the guesses are going, I'll just say about Javonte Williams, just to finish that up. At the moment, assuming he's back with the Cowboys and they don't add anyone significant in that room, he's a low-end QB2, high-end flex. He's going to be in that 18 to 24 range for me at the moment. Then Gemma 89, that's a great guess. DeAndre Swift is 7 then. It's not DeAndre Swift, but that is a great guess.
Yep.
That is a great guess. And
the Chase
Roberto
Brown guess
Lee,
again.
Chase Brown, also a great guess, also wrong.
You know who got this first?
Yeah.
It's good to see. I don't think this is who got it first, but I had Aloha Bricks on the first card, but maybe I'm wrong. I do miss them sometimes. This is from Ace. Ace said Kyren Williams. You guys could share the title. It is Kyren Williams.
Surprising.
At number 7. And as for another good year that Kyren has had, Jay, does Blake Corum's volume in the second half of the season kind of scare you going into next year?
It does scare me. It's strange. It doesn't feel like Kyren Williams has had a great year. No. I think because, 1, the emergence of Corum, 2, his loudest moment of the season was probably that fumble against the Niners in that Thursday night game, which cost them the game. So Kyren Williams, but I think it's a testament to him that even in what feels like not a great season, the fact that he's still able to be 7th in the NFL in rushing yards. But I would be very concerned about Corum and that this turns into a Bijan Algier type of situation, except Kyren Williams isn't Bijan Robinson in terms of the receiving and in terms of the rushing talent. So, yeah, I think that even if they bring the whole cast back, I think you have to downgrade Kyren relative to where he was drafted this year.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Like I have Kyren penciled in right now somewhere in the 15 to 18 range at running back, 4th, 5th round here as well. I mean, played under 70% of the snaps. Like, again, the Kyren argument has always been, I mean, in addition to the fact that he's good, but, like, he never leaves the field. They run when they get in close. And so is Davante Adams back? One of the issues with his touchdowns this year is, but, like, when they got on the 3-yard line, Stafford was just throwing a fade to Davante Adams instead of handing it off to Kyren Williams a lot. So that was one of the concerns as well. So his snap rate, his touches per game, both down from the last 2 years. Now, still 17 touches a game. Still a very good offense. But in a scenario where Davante Adams isn't back with the Rams, Matthew Stafford is retired.
He's not going to retire.
You know, like, I'm just saying there's, there's.
he really might, which is like, but
if he wins the Super Bowl. Yeah. Here's the other things with Kyren. 1, Stafford is fully healthy this year. And Stafford is an injury risk, and he dealt with the back thing before the season, but was ultimately fine. So there's injury risk there, where if Stafford's not the quarterback, this offense is going to look a lot worse. And then secondly, mentioned the goal line fade. Stafford threw 15 touchdowns at the goal line. That is a record, most in NFL history. That is not going to be replicated next year. Very unlikely. It's just like that's just an insane amount of touchdowns that are being taken away. And so Kyren should at least have some regression in terms of goal line carries.
I assume. I don't know his contract status off the top of my head, but I think, is Davante Adams a 1-year deal? I think he's or did he re-sign? Because they signed him in the offseason, so maybe I don't know if there's a player option or
he signed a 2-year deal.
2-year deal. I don't know if only the first year was guaranteed.
Half of next year is guaranteed.
Okay.
So if they cut him, they save 14, but it costs them 14 in dead money, which means Davante Adams at age 34 will be back on this team next year.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yep.
I would think so, yeah.
So, especially with how productive he's been. He's kind of become a little bit of an ageless wonder besides the soft tissue injuries. Yeah. But when he plays, it's like, Davante Adams is 33?
Yeah.
Never looks
unbelievable. It just goes to show what happens when you have Taco Bell in your house.
That's right. It keeps you. Right.
Yeah, it just
the Baja Blast.
It clearly is.
That stuff could fuel you for weeks with no sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Most red zone touches. We left number 4 open here, who is tied with Jahmyr Gibbs for 60 red zone touches. Of course, Christian McCaffrey cleared the pack. 91 red zone touches, the next closest.
I'd have thought Derrick Henry would have been above Jonathan Taylor here.
Yeah, well, you forgot about the fourth quarter where he never stepped on the field.
That's a good point.
Jonathan Taylor had 74. Derrick Henry had 64. The rest of this list is Gibbs, Javonte, Kyren, James Cook, Zach Charbonnet, and Josh Jacobs.
Charbonnet is not a surprise being there. I'm surprised that Josh Jacobs is as low as he is, because I feel like all they do is give it to Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
When they get in clip, maybe they just weren't in the red zone all that much.
Yeah.
It was a low volume offense here. So let's see who the
Ryan Oswald said Bijan?
Bijan. Great
Not
guess.
Bijan. Good
Not
guess.
Bijan. Tyler Algier would be a better guess in terms of
And a lot of people guessed Algier. Looks like Vinny guessed Algier. Aloha Bricks said Algier. Burks and Flannels. But Ved, you are correct. It is Travis Etienne, tied for fourth with 60 red zone touches. But he is also a free agent, Matthew, which I would think his best fantasy value is tied to him going back to this offense under Liam Cohen, right?
Well, they believe in him as an every down back, which he hasn't always been throughout his career. 10 different games this year with 15 or more fantasy points. He had, at least he's now had at least 1,399 yards from scrimmage in 3 of his 4 career seasons. Doug Peterson went back and forth on whether or not he could be an every down back. There was one year he was, one year he wasn't. But we all liked Bashal Tutin this year in the preseason, thinking that and Travis Etienne was like, nope, Liam Cohen believes in me. And so I just sort of feel like the Jaguars, given how magical the season's been, I feel like they're going to want to bring as many people back.
He's got the relationship with Trevor.
He's got a good relationship. Obviously, they played college ball together. So I do think that's I think for our purposes, we would prefer Travis Etienne back on the Jaguars in a system where he's been successful and they believe in him as a workhorse back, as opposed to going to a new system and going somewhere where he might be more of a committee guy.
What do you think the outlook is for my man, King Tutankhamun, Bashal Tutin? King Tutankhamun never got any. No one ever picked that up. I think it's a great nickname.
No, it's no Brown Gobbler.
His name's Tutin.
Simplicity.
King
sometimes.
Tutankhamun.
Yeah, well, we called him the Tootler for like 3 months.
Yeah, exactly. The Tootler.
So.
Do you remember we came up on the Sunday show and we did it for a little while, the Brown Gobbler for Chase Brown.
Well, I was here for the carryover that Monday. I was just saw a lot of it in the chat. Didn't love it.
Any sense whatsoever.
Did not love it at all.
The Brown Gobbler is the best nickname
Gobbler.
we've come up with this year.
Weird how his season went off the rails right around then.
I'm surprised you didn't drop that on the FNIA Bengals Ravens game.
Yeah, you should get it during your parlay.
Like the Brown Gobbler
mix
over
it in
70
during
and a
your
half
parlay
rushing
segment.
Would have loved to.
I think you got something like you're heating something up there, but you're leaving it in the holster right now.
Yeah. I was going to talk about the process there, but let's just move on. Let's just move on.
So
they would not have liked Brown Gobbler. Let me just say that.
To be fair, they'd be 100% correct.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotoworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.